Hello there, and welcome to an episode of Rantz. It's Crisandro, of course, and on my way to the game today, Spurs versus Leeds. I have to say I'm not really feeling it as such. You might have seen that there wasn't a video for the defeat to Liverpool. If you watched the aftermath, you'd have seen that obviously I had an issue with my phone. My previous phone had got stolen while out in Marseille, which is why there was no video of the Marseille game, and had all the footage on it from the previous games where I didn't have time to upload, so that's all lost. So the last few games have been kind of lost. But my new phone wasn't configured properly, so I couldn't take long film with it. So after a while, it just all cut out, and I lost all of it really. So it's probably spared us a little bit of that disappointment. And then, of course, the Nottingham Forest game, which we in the League Cup, which we weren't, which wasn't able to go to. So I didn't really feel that I was going to do a live, but couldn't get the rights done in time for that. So which is probably a good thing, because it was another abject piss poor performance, and this is why I'm not really expecting too much for this Leeds game. Game where we should win, I think we'll be favourites to win, but the way we've been playing, probably not gonna. But since the league title's out of the question, since we're out of our first real attempt at the trophy in the first hurdle, I've kind of lost all, as Leggy talks there, kind of lost all hope for the season. There isn't really much to aim for now, in my eyes. I know people will talk about top 4, but I don't really care. As you know, I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about that. I wanted to see us win a trophy. Even if the team is not ready, I wanted to see us challenge for a trophy. And the first real attempt at the easiest trophy to win, and we go out in the first hurdle. I'm not even with any kind of like any kind of strength. I mean, it was poor from start to finish. I mean, the invisibility of our talismanic striker. This is what I said in the group as well. Invisibility of our talismanic striker was taken off after 65 minutes, and he was absolutely ineffective. Our midfield enforcer, who we were relying to try and drive the team forward, did absolutely nothing. He was kind of like pussyfooting around. Not much happened. I mean, our only proper attempt on target came from our wing-back, Matt Doherty, and it was a glorious strike, just the keeper saved well, brilliant. Then other than that, nothing. Only bright spark, Jed Spence coming on and actually driving the team forward. It was good to see him. He actually had the last 15 minutes of the game, and he did a lot more than all the other players put together. I mean, even when he came on, none of the players were on his wavelength. There was a point where I think he cut inside. He wanted someone down on his right, someone running on the outside of him. Nobody did. They all just stood there, passing the ball, and then just sat back and just watched. Might as well just been in the stands with it. It was poor from start to finish. Other bright spark, Fraser Forster in goal. Commanding. Made some good saves. I mean, there was some kind of iffy saves where he just kind of parried it. But no, actually, they weren't iffy. He parried it away, so parrying the ball back into play. What you want your keeper to do, taking charge. There was none of that whole running out and causing issues. He commanded his box. He did very well. I was quite happy to see him do that. It was good. Enjoyed that. Other than that, most of our other players just didn't seem to know how to control the ball. That was another one, Kulusevski coming on and providing a bit of impetus, but with no one else kind of, and Hill as well, doing well when he came on, but with no one providing any kind of outlet for them. It was just kind of like running into a blind alley each time. It was just poor. And so out of the League Cup and the third round, what is left is just we're not going to challenge for the title, so the league's gone. We've only got the FA Cup and the Champions League, and with the kind of performances that we've been showing, do you think we have any kind of chance in those competitions? I don't know. I don't think. I haven't given up my hotel in Istanbul just yet, but my God, I don't think. if the feeling is that I'm going to this game because it's just something that I do now on a weekend. I don't go in there with any kind of expectation. I don't go in there with any kind of hope, and it just doesn't feel. It just feels really disappointing throughout. It's just. But what is there? I mean, as people say, you can't give up hope, but there's really just 2 trophies to aim for now. Nothing else. And we're not going to play the Champions League until February, where we've been drawn against AC Milan, if you've seen the draw. So there's a game that I feel confident about, our chances, but equally Milan will look at it and think it's probably the best draw they've ever got. The only group winners in the Champions League that looks really, really iffy, I think we've only been the first scorers in our group games. Did we take the lead against Eintracht Frankfurt? I can't remember if we did or not, but I know we definitely took the lead the first against Marseille because we won 2-0. But Eintracht, can't quite remember. I think we probably did. So in the 6 games, we only took the lead twice. We fell behind against Sporting twice, fell behind against Marseille. I don't know about it, yeah. Then the other game was a draw, so who knows? And we conceded what? Only had a goal difference of +2 in the end, so wasn't really the most commanding. We weren't really the most commanding group winners you could probably find in the Champions League this season. And now the FA Cup doesn't start till January. So after today's game, we got the 6-week break because of the World Cup. It is what it is, and I have no idea where we are in the table. I know after we lost to Newcastle, I think Newcastle went above us, and that was it. I just shut down again, and then we lost. So we lost 2 games on the bounce. And then Leeds coming into this in good form. I think they lost in the League Cup, but I don't think they played their strongest team. So they come into this game in good form, and they kind of expecting themselves to get a point, at least a point in this game. So it has gone from bad to worse, really. I mean, bowed out the title challenge. I think it's the 12th game of this campaign, and we're already out of it. Arsenal and Manchester City are too far gone. It's all just disappointing, really. And now I'm going to this game against Leeds. I don't know where Leeds are in the table, but I imagine they're in mid-table, doing okay. And they're probably coming into the game expecting something. But I mean, that just culminated in quite a poor weekend, really, that Liverpool defeat, because the women's game as well was cancelled as it arrived in Leighton 2 hours before kickoff. Could have let us know earlier, but it is what it is. And the women's team are in good form. I mean, the game was cancelled because there was torrential rain that weekend, and there was a waterlogged pitch at Brisbane Road, or the Braille Group Stadium, sorry. And so we didn't play, but all the other teams there doing their bit. But I think we're still kind of like 5th in the table. 3 wins out of our 5 games. And the 2 defeats that we had have been quite heavy, but at least we're building towards something. And our last game was an 8-0 victory over Brighton, so that's why we're in good form. The next game we have is against Chelsea away, which I'll be bringing to you. On the 20th. We'll be going to Stamford Bridge, so it's going to be a tall order though, and trying to get something there, but let's go to that game kind of confident, so we shall see what happens. But the women are in good form, and kind of looking forward to that one. I mean, we're expecting a lot from this season. It's building and building and building. Hopefully this is a season where we get one of the top 3 places, but it's going to be tall order with Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester City kind of doing well. Though Manchester City did have a poor start to the season, but yeah, it's going to be a tall order. We shall see what happens. But the women have been on an international break. In the meantime, England played out a 4-0 victory against Japan. Jelena Zadorsky played for Canada in their victory. She got player of the match as well. And our 2 Jamaican stars in Rebecca Spencer and and Drew Spence doing very well for Jamaica as well. Asbita Ale and Jessica Niles playing for the England under 21s or under 23s. So good luck to them. But yeah, I can't wait for the women's campaign to resume. That'll be next week when we take on Chelsea. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It just shows the dichotomy between the two sides, where the men are kind of just literally no hope for them. I don't know if we see what they can achieve this season. There's like trophies are not the thing that they're going for. And the women's team, who are we've also got the Continental Cup as well coming up against Coventry United. Not Coventry City, Coventry United. So we'll be going to that one as well. That'll be during the World Cup as well for the men. So we'll be going to that one. That's a Sunday game. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But not so much looking forward to this game. But there are no new injuries for the men. We have Kulusevski. He came on as a substitute against Nottingham Forest in the League Cup defeats. So we know he's fighting fit and doing very well. And he came on as a substitute against Liverpool as well. Richarlison also came on against Nottingham Forest late on. Played okay. I mean, he only had one shot, if you want to call it that, but that just went way well wide. So he needs to get his shooting boots back on. So of the player, I mean, Romero's still out, although apparently Argentina says he's going to be fit for the World Cup, so make of that what you will. Yeah, so no new real injury worries apart from that one. So it's all a case of what team we're going to put out, but I don't know what to expect from the season. And looks like we're going to challenge. I mean, we're still in 2 cups, so that's all one thing. I mean, 1 cup hasn't started yet. The other one we're in the last 16. So there is trophies to aim for, but whether we're going to win them, I have no idea. But we shall see what happens in this game before we break up for the World Cup. But it's a game that we should win against Leeds. Whether we are going to win or not, that's another thing. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that video out to you tomorrow, and we shall see what happens. But yeah, catch us in the aftermath show. That'll be straight after at full time. So around about 10 to 5 tonight. So catch us on that one, and where I'll give my reviews on whether we won or lost or how we played. And then yeah, we shall see what happens. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe and all that. Like the video, you know the jizz. And come on, you Spurs, you all take care.